So in today's video, we're going to be going over some handles, some finishing moves with V. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you ready to work hard?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so in this first drill, what we are trying to do is essentially be able to dribble quickly between those pylons so that we can basically simulate a player who is playing extremely tight to us, where we want to keep that basketball a bit lower below our waist. Here we want to then change our speed, so at this time V is going to be dribbling up to me after he gets through those pylons, and then he gets his shoulders high, gets low, does that killer cross, and attacks down the middle. Something that I also am focusing on through this drill is when he is finishing going towards the rim, he kind of does a chicken wing where his elbow can make contact with me to get me onto my heels so that he can create separation between myself, right there you can see it, and of course himself. Here what we are basically doing is a lot of ball control. He's getting the ball a bit high on the left side, but that's okay at this point. And then again changing our speeds, changing the height of our shoulders after the pylons so that then we can of course be able to get that defender onto his heels. Again using our off-ball elbow to make a little bit of contact with the defender to be able to create that separation. This killer cross style drill is really going to help ball control, the ability to move with that ball, the short hops side to side, they call it gliding, where of course you're able to control that ball. Quick killer cross, back and attack down the middle. We really want to try and focus on being able to not carry the ball. This one clip he was carrying that ball, but he made really good contact, that's why I'm showing it, with that off arm, that off elbow. Here I slowed it down just a bit more, and yes, we can see he is carrying, but that is something that we will be working on. But a few of the other clips that I didn't show, he was not carrying. Here he's able to go from a standing stance to, of course, shoulders down, trying to get that leverage into his defender. Now, V does have an issue where he gets triple teamed. He is a very, very, very good basketball player. And right here, I'm explaining to him how he can kind of create separation, create distance between himself and the defenders. So, of course, you want to pivot. You never want to turn your back to the play. And then when you want to swipe through to clear out players, the defensive players, you cannot, like I'm showing here, raise your elbow. The reason why you don't want to raise your elbow is because back when I played in the 90s and the early 2000s, they wouldn't call that a foul because that's your land. But today, if you have your elbow out, they will call that foul because it's you trying to make contact with the defender. What you need to do is to keep your elbows in like I'm showing here and swipe through. At that point, you're not trying to make contact, you're just trying to clear out players from your cylinder, and especially with FIBA rules, you're entitled to your land. And because of that, you can then clear out players, maybe back them up an inch or two at least. You can step through because, again, you're still entitled to your land. And then when you want to try and drive through, you want to get around players. You may not always have the ability to pass out of a double or a triple team. So you want to use your elbow to lock that defender behind you, and then you can push that ball through and dribble through. That way, you're going to be able to get past those double or those triple teams that sometimes find themselves to you if you're a very good player like V is. V scores a lot. He's one of the best players I've seen at his age. And again, swipe through, step through, use your elbow to get that defender behind you in jail, and then dribble past them. Now we are moving over to V being able to do this move. Here he lifts his elbows up just a bit, but he's able to lock me out quite well. As we can see here, he's able to get my shoulder or his shoulder into my side, elbow on my back, and he's able to get himself through. He's got a very good shot as well. Here I'm playing a bit tighter, and same idea. At this point with me playing tighter, it's simulating a very tight defender. He's swiping through, elbows down, uses elbow into my back, and then he's able to fight his way through and go in for the layup. If you're being double or triple teamed and you don't have the ability to pass out of it, this is a fantastic option that you can use. And if you don't have a lot of space, moving that ball around, keeping those hands off that ball, And then being able to fight through, use that elbow, definitely something that every single player needs to learn, especially if you find yourself with either a tight defender or with, of course, a double or a triple team. Never turn your back to the play. You'll never have anyone to pass to, and you are basically a dead man standing if you have your back to the net, because now you don't see your players, but you also don't have an ability to shoot or do anything. So you always want to fight through, move that ball around, and then get players in jail behind you when you are attacking the basket. Now, dribbling up into a double or a triple team. You want to keep that ball low, and you do not want to take many dribbles. You want to get out of that double or triple team quickly, and you may not have the ability to go left or right. That's why those pylons are there. So here we have V going a bit slower, going through it. I'm explaining, hey, at this point you need to then turn. As soon as I reach on one side or somebody's reaching on one side, you turn back the other way, get me in jail with that elbow, and then clear me out and, of course, attack the basket. This can work with a double team, a triple team, whatever, but this is how you can get out of it without losing your dribble. You never want to pick up your dribble if you're being double or triple teamed. This is a fantastic option for everybody to learn, and of course, again, making that contact with that elbow, as long as you do not extend your arm. If you extend your arm, it's an automatic offensive foul. If you keep your elbow in, first off, referees don't see it. Second of all, at that point, you're going to be able to get through that defender. Here, I'm playing him a bit tighter. I always try to play tighter, and he's able to use his arm to get past me because I'm trying to reach. You reach, I teach, there's that saying, and of course that does apply here. Somebody reaches, you fight through, and you go. This is something that every single player needs to learn how to do. And of course, not just on one side, you want to do it on both sides as well. Here we're going back towards that left side. I'm reaching on that right side. He went out of bounds. I explained to him, hey, now you ran into another defender. You have to try and fight through both of us. I'm reaching a lot here. Yes, I know, but players will be reaching in game, and from what I have seen this year so far, the referees are not calling anything up here in Canada. I've actually had better referees in the States for the first time ever. So, this is something that I like to teach my players who tend to get double or triple teamed, is to be able to handle a tight situation like we have here with, of course, a bigger body like myself trying to reach on him. If he's able to fight through, use his elbow, and then finish at the basket. Of course, if you're attacking down the middle, you might want to kick out, but whatever. Either way, here we're going to what I call the diamond drill. Basically, you're going through multiple different crossovers, and why I'm getting close here is because of one factor. So I actually zoomed in here because he was using his off arm like we just taught to be able to create some separation. Here he went for the reverse. He did a good shot, a pretty good shot fake, but what I'm really trying to focus on here is, of course, a tight situation of dribbling, some spin moves, but then going one-on-one at the end against a bigger body. Now, I'm not doing 100% defense. I would say probably closer to 50%, but what I'm trying to teach here is the ability to dribble. He needs to get that dribble a little bit lower. We're going to work on that next time, but what I'm trying to show here is how to finish. And here he's attacking left. He spins off, which is what we worked on up at those pylons just literally a second in this clip before. And then being able to finish, of course, using contact, pushing off like you see here with that chicken wing, and he was able to get that left hand layup by being able to use that chicken wing and being able to get myself onto my heels. And I call it a chicken wing. Basically, it's just an elbow push like we see right there to create that separation between himself and his defender so that he doesn't get blocked. So how'd you like today?
Good, yeah.
Yeah? Was it hard?
A little.
Yeah? You're sweating a lot. Look how much you're sweating.
I sweat for first 5 minutes.
So good job, V. Hit that like button and subscribe for this guy. He worked hard.
Yeah, subscribe.
High five.
Better.